don't know is an improvement, right? Practice that feeling and practice to everything. I mean, put to practice to everything that comes up for you. Because if you know this principle, you can always be more specific in its application. Right? You want whatever you eat to get your colon as fast as possible. So you don't simulate a lot of calories. And you don't simulate the glucose. Right. So the whole process of digestion becomes faster. You don't want a sluggish digestion. But when it's sluggish, then it's easy to put on body weight. So, I'd say it came from your ancestors. Your ancestors really want that we corrected for them, their experience. So we have ancestors, their experience, they want to be without their experience.
Excuse me, what is the relationship between my ancestors and that?
You inherit things from them.
Yeah, but they're dead and gone.
So what?
I inherited.
You inherit their experience. You inherit their.
So by correcting their experience, I correct mine. Is that it?
Well, you correct your experience, so the ancestors are not going to make it for you as a problem to find a way to resolve their problem. That's what it seems to be. Okay. So the ancestors have an effect on how well you are functioning.
After my first experience with Dr. Yuen and being corrected after having been sick for the 8 years, after that class was over, I slept a whole day. I just slept a whole day because my body was just in such relief, you know, finally no more pain, right? So it was like I'd been, you know, spending all that energy to hold on to the pain, and finally it was gone, and my body said, I can rest. Were you looking at?
You just have to help someone that have more experience than you to support you. So you get control, you can do that, and you have to do that, right? So people have experience with keep you up there instead of you don't get started, right? Just get started right away. Unless it's not what you want to do, then it's fine, right? So if you don't want to be consulted, you should write about your experience. Or you can talk about your experience. You're going to talk anyway, so you might as well talk. Get paid for it. So you could do physical presentation, or you could do a tele presentation. So you can get a bridge slide, people call in, or you could even do a conference call with Skype. So it's good to have Skype, because you have people from all over the world call you. So get 20 people from all over the world a week is no big deal. You may not even want that many. So you're on Skype, and if you don't have an office, you don't have one. You don't have to have one. So you're better off not having an office. You don't have to. So you could go anywhere in the world you want and still bring in revenue for yourself. And that's, you don't care for revenue. But you write enough books, then you don't need that revenue. And you want to be able to speak to a group of people. So that way you charge less, and you still end up making more money, right? Instead of one-on-one. One-on-one is just time consuming. And if you do it throughout the world with a tele-seminar, you actually have a tele-seminar every single day if you want. And you would generate more revenue than other professionals that have a clinic. So I don't want you to get upset because I talk about money, right? So some people actually tell someone was going to walk out the class because I was talking about money. Right? Money is just part of your life, right? So So anybody have an issue about talking about money? Right? So it's just an energy, right? Not because you're crazy about money, or that's the only thing you have in your mind. So just by doing this process, you're not gonna have money as the only thing in your mind, right? Because you know that when you bring people benefit, you would make money, right? So it's just a trade-off for the benefit you give to us. And when you give enough benefit to others, people are actually glad to pay you. Because if they don't pay you, then they act like they owe you something and they won't get better. In fact, sooner or later, it's just gonna say, oh, you're not that good. You know? So like I said, they have to balance that equation. You know, if you give it to them for free all the time, they just don't feel right on a non-conscious level. And they would start making up things, like, I didn't get anything out of that.